Good morning, everybody. I have a confession to make. You might have seen my pre-announcement of today's show where I introduced my soon-to-be guest here, Luca Amarca, as 100% Italian stallion. And you quickly, you didn't shun me, but you said, Kev, I'm about what?
0.5% Italian, as a matter of fact. Yeah, I took a DNA test with 23andMe.com.
I did the same, yeah.
Yeah, and it came back 0.5% Italian. I was actually very surprised. I was like, really?
So there you go, folks. Don't judge a book by its cover. I went based on the name only.
Of course.
I have a few friends who have, I'll mention them, Rocco Carrero, purely Italian, who's got a son named Luca. So I was like, that'd be Italian stallion. So yeah, isn't that amazing that ancestry is what I did.
Ancestry,
it's amazing and scary to find out the things you find out on those platforms. But it is quite incredible. It's going to be amazing when everybody in the world actually gets, maybe that's the goal, right?
Yeah.
To get everybody databased.
Yeah, basically. I mean, I hope it's used for the right, causes and everything like that. But it really is cool because you can see like relatives that you never knew that you had.
Yes.
And you can see
That's
them
the
on
scary
database.
part.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, oh, what? They could be my neighbor or something like that. Yeah. No, but it's very interesting. It is really cool.
So good morning. I'm seeing you drinking a big Yeti. I love those cups.
Got the,
and what do you have in there?
custom
Since this
Yeti.
is Coffee Talk, what are you drinking?
So today I got French roast from Fairway. I actually like to buy the whole beans and then grind them myself.
You sure you're not Italian? Because
Man, a lot of
Italians love
influence.
to do that.
Yeah, it's I guess like a big influence though. I've just I'm definitely not a Folgers guy. I can't do the pre-grinded stuff and everything. I like to grind my own beans.
Nothing like that smell. Even before you get to the coffee, you get the beautiful smell.
Yeah. You just take like a nice whiff and you're
So you have a machine that does that at home?
We just use like a regular NutriBullet and everything like that. I have a NutriBullet with with the separate canister for that, and I put it right on there. I could chop it up for about 30 seconds most. Put it right in the coffee filter, and I love what I got a DeLonghi, so it's half. It's like regular drip coffee, and the other half is espresso. I can make an espresso, a cappuccino, a latte, whatever I want.
You seriously really love your coffee, then.
Yeah.
Great.
Big fan.
Hey, man, welcome. I'm so glad you're on. I was sick 3-4 weeks ago, so thanks for getting on the reschedule. We want to talk about what you do, for people in business and what your company's about. Your company's name is Groundbreaker's Marketing.
Yes, sir.
Just give us some background, how long you've been doing. I understand, by the way, first of all, you grew up in Port Jeff, the village?
Yes, I went back and forth. I grew up originally from Selden. We moved out of there. I actually lived in Switzerland, where my dad is from, for 3 years. And then when I moved back to the United States, it was back here in Port Jeff, and I did 10th, 11th grade in Port Jeff High School.
Very
This
cool.
is where I graduated to.
Excellent. And tell me about Groundbreakers.
So Groundbreakers was started by my partner, Tyler Tuminelli, and myself about 3.5 years ago. We always wanted to be kind of like entrepreneurs, be in business for ourselves, and we kind of came up with the idea that we always on Facebook all the time. Why don't we monetize it finally and help other local business owners out? And so we came up with the concept of Groundbreakers Marketing, so where we would market for other local businesses and everything like that. 3.5 years later, we have a really solid foundation where we kind of niche more to health and wellness businesses, trying to help health and wellness business. We actually work with Energy Fitness in St. James Miller Place. They have
Know them well.
location.
I did their first videos.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
Nice.
Michael, right?
Yeah, Michael Tucci,
Yeah, phenomenal.
Then Port Jeff Salt Cave here as well. We've helped out with their cryotherapy program. We'd like to see ourselves almost like the gap between, like the regular consumer and these health and wellness places. We want to be like the gap that, awakens these people to become more healthy in their life, and whatever it may be. Either it's cryotherapy, either it's spiritual, either it's fitness and losing weight. Doesn't matter what it is. We'd like to see ourselves as like being, that mission. Getting that message out there of being a healthier person and having a healthier lifestyle.
In that marketplace where those folks are very busy, I know that. Most small businesses are very busy. What do you see as the 2 or 3 biggest mistakes people are making that are trying to achieve and promote their business online? I mean, the first one may be they just don't have time to do anything, but what do you pride yourself on most on helping them?
A lot of it, we used to do a lot of like website work though, but I would say a lot of them have like a lot of outdated websites. That's one thing I'd recommend. You definitely want to have a really like modernized website, and it's so easy today to make a really easy website. You could do with Wix or Squarespace.
Right.
Simple. It's very simple. Even I'm not a coder of any,
Right,
any
you don't need
sort.
to be.
And we actually created our website.
Yeah,
through
because I'm
Wix.
looking at your website here, and it's the number you're doing the number one thing I love. It's simple. There's
Yeah.
two choices there.
Yeah.
Maybe you're trying to get book. You're trying to put. I see it right there. Book appointments, get leads.
Yeah.
People go so crazy on posting so much, and nobody has time to go through it all.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a place for it, but initially when you see it, it should be easy. So I see that right away. So ease of use, updated website. What else are people failing to do on social media?
I would say just the consistency of posting and everything like that. Nothing. It doesn't always have to be perfect. People are more. They like to see like more real content than perfect content. So if you're posting, kind of relating to your clients and your following and everything like that, people love to see that.
Testimonials?
Yeah, that too.
That's big, right?
Testimonials are excellent. Yeah, testimonials. People love to hear what other people have to say.
People tend to believe what somebody's experiencing rather than a business owner going saying, hey, come with me kind of a thing. Yeah, that's for sure.
And also not just promoting sales all the time. People don't, because people are tired of, salesmen, like, oh, what's the catch and everything. If you're giving out other, other advice, like other things, just, maybe motivational quotes, funny things, anything like that. Just stop pushing
Keep them
sales all the
engaged.
time. Yeah, exactly.
Very cool.
Exactly.
So you said you had a partner.
Yes, sir.
Do you do something that he doesn't do? Do you do something better that he doesn't? Does he do something better? What makes you guys get together?
He's more of like the creative type.
Yep.
He's got more of the creative mind. I'm more of the organizational,
operational.
structurer. Yeah, definitely more of like the finance situation and everything like that. Making sure everything is situated. Where he comes up more of like the ideas and he could talk better with the clients and everything like that.
Yep.
But we mesh really well. We've been best friends since we're 4 years old.
Oh, awesome.
We grew up on the same block, so we know each other very well. We know how to work together. Hardly any fighting or anything like that. We go with the flow and we know what we're doing.
Give me if you can, I know I'm putting you on the spot, give me a case scenario, you don't even have to name the client, where a client did better because of your services.
I would say one of them was actually very recent. With one of their programs, they were implementing a new program, and they asked us to bring in new customers and everything like that through Facebook and everything like
Right.
that. So they wanted like emails, phone numbers, everything of that sort. So what we did was we created a whole campaign. We brought in a videographer to kind of capture the place a little bit. And then from there, we were able to promote this new program, and we got this client a little over 50 leads in 1 month.
Wow.
And it generated over $5,000 to $6,000
Awesome.
in 1 month. Yeah.
So that's impressive.
Yeah.
Do you work on with your clients on an hourly basis? Do you work on a retainer, or will you do something pay by lead? Do you ever do that?
Not really. It's mostly like retainer. We offer a service, like a whole
Menu of-
proposal.
yep.
Yeah. And we kind of just go through the systems and everything. We have a lot of like SOP, standard operating procedures that we go through. And we kind of follow that with every single client of ours, and it tends to work all the time.
Very cool.
It took about 3.5 years to kind of perfect this system.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It does, yeah.
Do you want to make reference to anything on the website that really makes you, the groundbreaking blog? This is case scenarios, or is this news?
This is just Tyler and I kind of just writing a little bit of our insight about marketing and entrepreneurship and being a young
Very
entrepreneur.
cool. I love the way this is done.
Yeah, it's just kind of just just using our input and everything like that. We'd like to post it on LinkedIn and Facebook to get it out there.
They say that, and I think this is applicable to anybody. When you're doing videos on YouTube, right? So much of that keyframe is important to attract, like you said, that initial keyframe. If you read up on this, I'm sure you guys, I'm looking right now, like I'm attracted to this because of the keyframe.
Yeah.
This picture is what I'm talking about, the initial picture that draws you in to read the rest.
Yeah.
So that's really important. There's your partner right there.
Yep.
I love this. We're sitting here, and there's an auto chat.
Yeah. So
this is a bot, right?
Yeah. If you were to write on that, I would get a notification right away.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. And
That's
I
awesome.
could talk to you. Yeah.
That's really cool.
I can talk to you right
Let's
through
talk about that. AI seems to be the buzzword now, 2019 going forward. I don't know if you use Gmail. It's unbelievable. Most of my Gmail replies have already been done for
Yeah,
me.
no, you could see them right on the
It
bottom. It's like
reads
ding,
the
ding, ding.
name.
Yeah.
You know, if you're talking to Ed, it'll say Ed, and then you know, it knows.
Yeah.
And it's only going to get better, and
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
So I think that's something clients, you know, need to know too, that they have all these new tools available, which you can direct for them.
Yeah.
What businesses do you see doing well? What businesses do you see suffering out there? Is retail suffering? Is small retail suffering?
Some, yeah, some. I would say a lot of furniture businesses, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I see a lot of places closing down left and right. They just can't compete between the big, you know, Amazon
Yeah.
people, and then also you got like Bob's Furniture who have online and they sell retail as well, and they deliver right to you, assembly,
Yeah.
everything like that. So the small mom and pop, you know, furniture businesses and stuff are suffering
Yeah.
deeply, and yeah, it's really sad to see though.
Do you also see small businesses that they get hooked on trying something, but they only try it once, or they're throwing their money away? Isn't what we all do in marketing about frequency? Don't we have to keep up at something, right?
Yeah, it's all about persistence, and maybe it won't work 1 month, but
Right.
the next month it could work. Sometimes you have to give it some time, and that's why we say, like, you know, at least 3 months,
Right.
because sometimes the first month it won't catch on because people are not, you know, informed about this certain thing. You know, it's very you know, prevalent with us in the health and wellness industry. Because a lot of these like new innovative techniques and everything, people don't know about this stuff, and so they're like, what is that? You know, like say like cryotherapy for
Right.
instance. People are like, what is cryotherapy? Or floating, you know, sensory deprivation.
By the way, what is cryotherapy?
Cryotherapy? So
Is that when you cry yourself to sleep? What is that?
you're on the verge of crying because it's extremely cold. So basically, you get set
Colder
up.
than today?
Oh, it's negative to. I hope I'm correct, but it's like a negative 250
That's cold.
Fahrenheit. Yeah, it's like nitrogen air blasting out. So basically, you get put in this machine where you get this nitrogen air, this extremely cold nitrogen air blasting at you for about 3 minutes. It depends. Sometimes it could be 5 minutes, but I think it's usually 3 minutes. They want to set it so you don't get hypothermia or anything like that. So what it does is, you know, it blasts this cold air at you. And a lot of people don't know that cold, you know, like cold shower therapy and everything, it's actually really beneficial for you. It can restart your nervous system and everything. It's really good for your immune system. It's extremely good for inflammation, blood flow.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot.
So you have
of
that, and you have
benefits
the float technique I've seen, which I have done. I guess they call that sensory deprivation. It was interesting. I would do it again. It was
to it. Yeah,
interesting.
where'd you do it at the?
I did it at Float and Patchogue.
Okay, yeah, that's also one of our clients.
Very
too.
cool.
Yeah, and that's a very interesting thing.
Very
You're
interesting.
sitting in
Total
a
darkness.
room. Yeah, everyone has always asked, like, oh, how deep is the water? Can you drown? No, you can't drown. The water is thousands of pounds of Epsom salt.
It's amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I big me was floating in this much water.
Yeah. You could be as heavy as you want. You're not going to sink.
Amazing.
Yeah. You're not going to sink.
So all these new facets of health, wellness, it's a great market to be in. I think you guys are on the definitely the right path. I love it. Anything else you want to tell our audience? Any offers you want to make? Make an offer. Look right into the camera. Make an offer.
Make an offer. I mean, if you're
If
in
you're
the
watching
health
the
and
show.
wellness- yeah, if you're watching the show, man, health and wellness business. If you want us to, you want to go on a free call with us, you can contact me at Luca Amarca at my Instagram page or my Facebook, or you can go on our website at groundbreakersmarketing.com, and we can schedule